I have been saying this for a while now. Being in public office is a privilege, not a right. And with great power comes great responsibility. It seems that House Speaker Martin Romualdez has finally realized this. Last night, Deputy Speaker Ronaldo Puno disclosed that Martin Romualdez has already submitted his resignation letter as Speaker of the House, which Puno himself read during last night's session. The resignation supposedly took effect immediately. So as of this recording, Romualdez is no longer the Speaker of the House. Now, this is quite surprising because earlier reports were saying that Romualdez was just going to take a leave of absence, maybe a month or two, to clear his name. But it seems that he himself realized that such a move would only raise more questions than it would answer. He would still be the Speaker, so he would still enjoy all the perks of the position, even if he is not actually doing anything. And even if he eventually comes back, the controversies surrounding him would likely only get bigger. That's probably why he decided to resign instead. To be honest, I am quite surprised that it took this long for him to realize this. I mean, we've been talking about this since July, when he admitted that he indeed got a lot of text messages from colleagues asking him to step down. At that time, he refused, saying that he has done nothing wrong. But obviously, the situation did not get any better. In fact, it got worse. The latest controversy involving him was the complaint filed by former President Rodrigo Duterte for an alleged 200 million peso budget insertion for Davao City. Now, this is a very serious allegation. If proven true, then Romualdez could face criminal charges. Of course, as of this point, these are just allegations. The truth is, none of the controversies that he's facing have resulted in any convictions. But the problem is, the office of the Speaker doesn't exactly have the cleanest track record either. So here's the thing. Public perception is that this whole time Romualdez was trying to protect himself and his own interests by staying in office and refusing to resign. Even allies were telling him to just take a leave, like Puno said. He was pressured by his colleagues who told him that it's better for him to take a back seat for a while, just so that he could clear his name. But in a statement, Romualdez said that such a move would make things worse and would cast more doubt on his sincerity to address the issues against him. So instead, he decided to resign. Honestly, I think that this is the right move. Like I've been saying, being in public office is a privilege, not a right. And with great power comes great responsibility. Eventually, if he is cleared of all these allegations, he can run again for the position. But for now, it's probably best for him to step aside. In a statement, he said he wanted to put the interest of the institution above his personal battles. Well, it's about time. It's always easier to fight when you're not in power. And it seems that the ruling party agrees with this sentiment, because the VA already endorsed Faustino Boji, DI 3, as his replacement. DI is the representative of the 1st District of Manila, and is currently the senior deputy minority leader. Of course, all of these are still speculations, because we don't know what the final decision of the party is. But one thing is for sure, this is what usually happens when people get too comfortable in power. They start to think that their position makes them untouchable. They think that they can do no wrong, and when they get involved in controversies, they try to hide behind that same power. But eventually, that power gets taken away from them, and when that happens, they have no one else to blame but themselves. Now, speaking of power, it's important that we revisit our discussion on legal destitution. What is it? Why does it exist? And why should you care? Well, first, let me define what legal destitution is. It refers to a situation where a person is deprived of legal rights and protections, often as a result of a legal process. Alright, that's it for now. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. As always, thank you for watching.